Good day to you. Are you excited to be able to return to office for work? Many encounters in our daily life, we would strongly believe that something will happen in future. This is called expectation. In Psalm 34 verse 5, those who look to Him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. In another passage, Proverbs chapter 23 verse 18, you will be rewarded for this. Your hope will not be disappointed. Now the above two Bible verses tell us about the expectations when we look up unto the Lord. In the God at Work series today, we want to learn about managing expectations in the workplace. The technique of conveying information to avoid gaps between shareholders or stakeholders' perceptions and business reality is known as managing expectation. Stakeholders frequently create a set of assumptions that are out of sync with the organization goals, strategies, choices, projects, technology, procedures, and practices. Who are these stakeholders in the workplace and what are their expectations? First, from the companies. The company may have KPIs, so it's about meeting deadlines, about meeting sales and revenue goals. Secondly, it can be from the management. The expectations will be like the positive attitude, dress codes, you are expected to be punctual to work, desire to grow from the employees, how you should be able to communicate effectively, honesty, transparency, expecting you to be a team player as well as working hard. Now expectation can come from employees as well to the employers, like for example salary increment, bonus, incentives, fringe benefits, better career prospects, improved working environment, or even better employee welfare. If it's from colleagues among one another, the expectation could be friendship, being helpful, we want to have a harmony relationship and being supportive, etc. etc. However, fifthly, it can be from your clients, which is the promised deliverables, for example, faster delivery, good after-sales service, excellent product and service quality, etc. When expectations are poorly managed, 4 negative emotions emerge: anger, anxiety, sadness, and shame, any one of which can be destructive to any relationship. A renowned author quoted this: all miscommunications are the results of differing assumptions. Anger and sadness may be the feelings of the person whose expectations are not being fulfilled, while anxiety and shame may be the feelings of the person who is trying to meet the expectations of another individual. Let us discuss the ways to manage expectations. Firstly, you need to think ahead. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 16. Wise people think before they act. Fools don't, and even brag about their foolishness. Many times, our actions and our even speech are faster than our brain processing or even bypass our brain. We may overpromise but underdeliver. We should think ahead, plan, and underpromise but to overdeliver. Delivering beyond expectations is always commendable. The second way, understand the expectations clearly. Now we can see from Genesis chapter 24, Abraham gives clear expectation to his oldest servant to find a wife for his son, Isaac. What are the expectations or the instructions? Do not allow his son Isaac to marry a Canaanite woman. Go to his homeland, go to his relative, and what to do? Find a wife. Now the servant then asked Abraham what to do if the young woman is unwilling to travel back with him. Abraham gives a clear instructions to the servant not to take his son there. Encourage him that God will send angels ahead of him to find a wife. However, he will be free from the oath if the young woman refuses to follow him back. You can see that how Abraham has actually delivered the expectation and how the oldest servant asked for or clarify and to know the clear expectations. Now, in my many years of working experience, I constantly face with employees who refuse to ask questions when they are unclear with the expectations. Guess what happened? They pretend to be smart, and most of the time they make expensive mistakes that cause the company to suffer financial loss and their reputation may be tainted. Thirdly, the third way, always communicate. What do you communicate about? Update about the progress, discuss challenges that you are encountering, negotiate new deadlines, etc. Now, 80% of the expectations are assumed. We can see how conflict can arise. An inaccurate assumption can result in failures and perceptions of failures. We hear this regularly when there is a misunderstanding. Often what we hear, I thought he knows. Now, brothers and sisters, take time listening and speaking with a Christian attitude. Because in Philippians chapter 2 verse 2 tells us this. Then make me truly happy by agreeing wholeheartedly with each other, loving one another and working together with one mind and purpose. Be selfless, sacrificial, and serving. The fourth way that I'm suggesting, set boundaries. Understand the roles and responsibility that you need to assume. Now learn to say no, because if you are overly promising that you have no boundaries, then you will burn out. Without these boundaries, you will be led astray by forceful people who are eager to control areas of your life that don't belong to them. The fifth way is time management. Meeting deadlines is one of the key expectations. The consequences of not meeting the deadlines are always severe. The penalties may include a fine, losing a customer, or even suffer in reputations. So set priorities is a crucial skill for time management. Doing last-minute work will cause the quality to be compromised or even making unnecessary mistakes. The sixth way that I'm suggesting here, that which is very, very important, is to invite God into your workplace. Commit everything we do to God in prayers. Wisdom comes from God. Let God take charge of our work, and you will be surprised that everything will be in order, in time, and in place like magic when things come to a deadlock. In James chapter 1, verses 2 to 4, we can see how the Bible tells us, that the Bible says, Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. So when we manage the expectations well, brothers and sisters, we'll enjoy some of the benefits below. First, you will become a better person to work with, and there will be less stress, less tension and conflict among the stakeholders. You will become likable by others as you will not let them down in their expectations. And thirdly, when we constantly meet the expectations of the management, we would likely be considered for the next promotion exercise within the organizations. Wishing you all the best in managing the expectations. God bless.